I made this cute little drippy pull apart rug, but I was so sick of being in my studio, I got a generator and went in a couple different locations to make it. Pretty stoked with how it turned out. Video sponsored by Squarespace. Okay, so remember back when this sweet boy Denzel was in town? Well, he had this idea for a pull apart rug that was going to be a little different than the ones that we've done in the past, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I went home that night and started sketching out kind of my idea. I want to do like a leopard. Little Strudel passing me my sharpener. Thanks. It was Christmas time. This was like 6 months ago. Okay, so let's start drawing her out. We got a little head. That's circles, more circles. My sketches don't start out super great. That's the name of the game. I don't know. Is that a saying? I don't know. Anyways, so I just kind of sketched through the night. I had a cute little fire because it was Christmas time, and I love Christmas. Oops. Not oops, but yeah, I love it. Anyways, didn't like hardly any of the ones I was doing. But I figured if I got kind of a rough draft that night, I could come by the next morning and kind of get things dialed in. So this is the one that I ended up with. I don't remember. It's been so long. I don't remember if I drew that morning or that night. But took it over to the studio and just finalized it. Added in some of the leopard spots. I kind of wish I would have left those eyelashes, because you'll see here when I brought it onto the computer door, I drew out the lines. I didn't add the eyelashes. Oh, I think it would probably been too busy. You wouldn't really realize what they were. Okay, that's probably smart. So did the color, try to figure out what colors do the spots, adjusted it, and then sliced in half. Then for the drippy effect, just kind of see how it looked, I just drew lines on the 3 different ones, and then brought it into Liquify in Photoshop. Tested it. I like that top one, so that's the one that we're gonna go with. 6 months later, I sat on this for 6 months. So flash forward, here I am in my studio with my tiny little tucked-in frame and the monk's cloth, and we're just gonna spread that on there. There you go. Hold it tight. Cool. And with that all ready to go, wow, this scene is forever. I cut off the excess and then projected on the leopard, and I flipped the image. So first thing I did was I marked it. I wanted to make sure that was going to fit on this frame because it is a smaller frame. So I marked where it sat there on the right side. Made sure the left side was going to fit on. It's going to work. So let's go ahead and trace it out. So with a Sharpie, I just traced out all the black. And with the black all done, I went in with colored markers and hit up all the different colors. Hopefully thinking that was going to help. And it did. I only missed one spot. But I turned the light to check, and we're looking good. Make sure everything's what we wanted. Now let's move that left one over, leaving a little space because it's going to be cut in half right there. And just did the same thing, traced out the black and all the colors. With that, it's time to start tufting. Yeah. So have the black yarn, and I use 2 yarns, 2 things that helps the rug gun kind of cut them. What I realized. And just started tufting with my cut pile tufting gun. I didn't get far when I realized that I was so sick of being inside. Plus, my studio doesn't have any windows, so it kind of feels like a dungeon. So we just went to a giant window outside. Outside is kind of just a big window. Oh, and I got a generator, which is fun. I'm going to return that. I need to return that. I just got it from Harbor Freight. And I'm going to go return it because I only need it for this video. Actually, it might be fun to do more of these. But low-key, the generator is so loud. I'm going to try to get something that's more quiet. Those overalls came in super handy because I just take all the scraps and put them in my little pocket. And yeah. I got interrupted. I had a cute little therapy appointment. So I FaceTimed that in. Oh, I guess I didn't do it yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. But this is where I got interrupted with my therapy appointment. And then also there was a little family that was taking like family pictures. here they are. I felt bad with the generator going, so it was like perfect timing. And I only got, I feel like did I even get that left side all the way done? I don't know if I did. But by the time it got dark, I headed home. And then the next morning, I just picked up where I left off, packed up the truck again, and went to a different location on a different mountain. It was really cute. It was kind of a bit of a little pathway to get everything out there. But my friend India said it was a cool spot. And what India says is true. It was really rad. So I set it up like this little window. Oh, I keep on talking about windows, but this is like framed in. I had to figure out where to put that to have the actual framing look good. It's fine. That'll work. I couldn't get the generator to start. And I was freaking out. I'm like, oh, actually I wasn't freaking out. But I'm like, that'll be really fun if I brought everything up here. And then wanted to get a start. But then, we got to start, so we're good. So with that, just got back to it. Tufting away. So yeah, I guess I didn't get the black done yesterday. So I finished up with the black. Some people like to do all the color first and then the black outlines. But I like to do black outlines first, and then I filled this in, did the little, oh, did you see that little plane that went by? That was cool. Took a rest because it was super, super hot. It was a little cooler up in the mountains, but still pretty hot. And then got the generator run again, luckily, and just went back to it. This time I'm doing the yellow. And it was weird, my gun started freaking out and it wasn't cutting it anymore. So all the yellow was like loops. But I think it's got for a cool effect. Ooh, and time, it was 5. I told my friend Jake that I wanted to go shoot somewhere in a different location at 5. And so I packed it on up. I was about an hour away from home. Oh, but first, one more cute little gander. Wow, I'm so pensive. Oh, it was really nice. I really would like a cabin one day out in the forest. But anyways, so Jake and I drove out to the salt flats because I wanted to get a shot for a silly little Instagram reel or TikTok. I thought it was really cool. You can go check it out. But yeah, so here we are at salt flats, and once again, just tufting away. This is Jake. It was actually super nice. He filmed some, which not left it, but it gave me space to just not even worry about filming and just working on finishing the rug. Because usually I have to like plan out my shots. Not plan out my shots, but like I'm like trying to like edit in my head while I work, which makes things a little bit difficult. Ooh, also having that generator on the back of the table was actually really nice. It made it so I could press on the monk's cloth without the table tipping over. It was honestly kind of eerie how quiet it was out there. It was a big open space with nothing out there.
This yarn works. Hasn't been cutting. That's why I have like all these little scraps. Got spaghetti on me rug. Do pink. His ears, his head, his tongue. Just yep.
I guess I still was planning out shots in my head. Oh, and the TikTok thing.
We'll get a couple ones.
But mostly, just wanted to get different colors on the rug, and so we'd have a nice shot for when the sunset came. It's interesting how, I don't know, they always say like your space influences how you create or how you think, like clean space, clean mind. And I think I definitely, like looking around right now in my studio, it's a disaster, and kind of my editing process has been a disaster right now for the last 2 days. And there was something very peaceful, sure, about just being out in the wilderness and kind of trying to get this rug done. So sunset came and Jake was able to use his drone to get some of the shots that I wanted. And this was the shot that I ended up using for that TikTok, Instagram, whatever, blah. And with that, I got the rug all done. So the next morning, came by the studio, and here it is. Honestly, really stoked with how it turned out. But now I just need to glue on the back so that the little yarn doesn't come out. So I just use some rug glue, then let that dry, and just pet it. What's the past tense of pet? Pet is pet. So thanks to Squarespace and their mobile app, I can literally just update my website on the fly, no matter where I'm at, no matter the scenario. I can come in here, I can look at my pages, and update anything that I want to do with like my landing page, whatever. I can also look at analytics and see where I need to improve, see how my SEO stuff is going. I can also manage my commerce. Let's see if someone needs to update on their order or refund or whatever. Squarespace has made it super easy to update my website no matter where I'm at. So you guys can actually go create your website right now by going to www.squarespace.com/Shmoxd. The link's in the description below. And you can use coupon code Shmoxd to get 10% off your first purchase. So cool. So with it all dry, I can cut out. I shaved it down a little bit. So this is me cleaning up the shavings, and then shaved it down some more, kind of just to clean up the lines, then cut right down the middle. All right, let's look and see how it looks. Everything match up? Yeah, looks pretty good. So I just had to fold up the little monk's cloth around the sides onto the back. So I just used some hot glue, and then folded them up over. Checked it again, looking pretty good. Now to figure out how to make it pull apart. So I have this little plastic grid thing. The yarn slides through pretty easily, so if I put a knot in the back and I like attach that to one side and that one to the other, it should be able to slide across, like pull apart. So just gluing that onto one of the sides. This is the side that's going to slide through, and then I'll anchor it down onto the other side of the rug. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Anyways, pull out that yarn as long as I wanted the like stretchy pull apart to be, and just sew it on, put a knot, and just did it all where the little black was. Boom, 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 boom. Kind of like I was doing it in Photoshop. Same idea. So I did that, and then once I had all the black done, time to do all the yellow and all the colors until there we have it. Straighten it out, test to see how it looked. Honestly, pretty cool. So now what? Oh, I took it down to the ground because I wanted to straighten out the yarn. So I took this little comb thing that I had from, I think that was from weaving. When I was weaving, that was a weaving tool. Straightened it out, cut it, trying to make it all even, put it back on the table, and now to glue it down to the other place. I had to like keep them all in line, so it's kind of tedious and hard. Ooh, honestly, the most tedious was sewing each one through that little plastic thing. This was a lot easier. Still kind of tedious, but I could do it at 3 yarns at a time. So it went by fairly quick, 3 or more. So with that, let's see how it looks. So I just stapled it to the wall there. And so this side, it slides through easy if it's one, but when you want to slide more, it's becomes super difficult. So the pull apart aspect of this rug just wasn't working. I thought maybe if I could sew it directly to the rug, that would work. So I did that with the black, but same problem. And so I was just like, cool, we'll just figure out a way to make it super even. And that's gonna be the rug for now. I might try to figure out how to make the pull apart action work. If I do that, I'll do that on Instagram, keep you guys updated. But for now, honestly super stoked with how it turned out. I wanted to get a nice shot of some kind of pull apart effect, so I lined it up, and here we go. Wow. Want to get a nice little still image of it, making it look all drippy. So I just played around with it for a little bit. Liked how that side looked. Now let's do something to this other side. Perfect. That looks really cool. Honestly, really stoked with how this one turned out. I don't think I was expecting it to be this cool. Usually after I do a project, I'm like sick of it. And I'm like, oh, I hate my art. This one actually, I'm stoked with how it turned out.
Alright, so be sure to like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that bell notification. And yeah.